In the flesh once again, here's the news. Greetings from me, you're watching WromWrom, the channel sharing the joy of sim racing and a regular news roundup, our weekly sim racing news. Long time no see, huh? Between a heavy flu, lots of work of the kind that pays bills, and some projects for the future of the channel, I haven't had much time for anything else, but hopefully you'll see what I'm talking about in the next months. Today, on the other hand, we have lots of short news and 2 updates. iRacing dropped their first patch for Season 2 and there's a decent amount to go through. Starting with the paint shop. The new sponsor logos that were supposed to ship with Season 2 simply weren't showing up on cars. That's now fixed, along with a bunch of updated sponsor artwork that also wasn't displaying correctly. Roughly 15 new logos and 15 updated ones are now actually visible. These probably should have worked on day 1. On the NPC side, tire heat calculations have been improved. The racing line logic when changing positions has also been sharpened up, and they've been specifically tuned for St. Pete. Whether you'll actually notice the difference is another question. Rain sounds for the newly rain-capable Season 2 vehicles have been updated too. Graphics received a few small tweaks. Dust buildup on windshields has been dialed back, and some particle effects like smoke were incorrectly rendering on top of environment objects. That's sorted. HED element positioning bugs are fixed too. The key binding system also got a proper pass. Several issues around settable controls with increment, decrement, set bindings were resolved, including clearing not working properly and the preview display being incomplete. For cars, the GTE class got rear damage model rebalancing. The Dallara IR18 had a bug blocking weight jacker adjustments at Iowa and Phoenix, which surely frustrated a few people. The Ferrari 488 GTE got wiper adjustments, and the Audi 90 GTO and Dallara IR01 both received updated iRacing setups, with the Audi RS3 LMS Gen 2 having its max camber warning now correctly set to -4.0 degrees. On the track side, Adelaide had grandstands and building swapping visibility incorrectly based on graphics settings. At COTA, the A-frames were missing on some configurations. The Nürburgring had oddly purple colored track sections, which are gone. Sebring got camera draw distance fixes, a hairpin bridge that was disappearing on low graphic settings, and probably the most entertaining fix in the whole patch, a misspelling on the medical building. Someone noticed. At St. Pete, the stadium lights have been repositioned for better performance. Barber had a pit fence floating above the ground, Red Bull Ring got some surface texture updates, and USA International had environment texture fixes. Several tracks also received update loading screens: Langley, Lanier, Long Beach, Sebring and USA International. Lanier also had its grandstand concrete color adjusted, which is about as minor as it sounds. After the issues with Nikon we told you about last week, Rennsport have decided to self-publish the sim on consoles. That may be the reason the Endurance Classics Part 1 DLC won't release until April, and why they are working on updating the roadmap but haven't released it yet. Asetek's Initium line of products is available now in the US, including the 2-in-1 cockpit. You can see the prices on screen right now. Project Motor Racing have announced the release of their Japanese GT500 pack for end of this month, as well as the release of the first mods for the sim in the mod hub, including a fantasy Australian track. LMU fixed the pit exit from Laguna Seca in a tiny update. AC Evo also got a tiny hotfix to make the presentation of cars better, and Breakfast 2 makes 3 with a small patch fixing shadows and decals. Next Tuesday we'll see a big content update in Raceroom. 3 cars, 3 tracks and more. The Alpine A110 Cup will arrive to the sim as free car, with its brother the Alpine A110 GT4, which will be added to the GT4 class, and then there's the electric Mini called LRT NXT1 NXT Gen Cup because I suppose tongue twisters are cool now or something. The Adria Raceway also drops into Raceroom, a rather obscure track that DTM raced a couple of times if memory serves. Not that obscure, Spa comes back into Raceroom after license shenanigans. Mind you, they've redone the whole track. And last but not least, it's Vallelunga, which Assetto Corsa drivers may be very well acquainted with. There's also going to be a new UI design in some of the menus, and added to that a way to adjust the wheel rotation and to manually input the degrees of rotation you want your wheel to have. The HUD also sees some redesign due to a complete reprogramming of the code behind it. It started with the radar in the last update, and with this you'll see further updates. This changing code also means the in-car displays will be better and more tuned in to what the real cars show. For now, only for new cars, but the developers leave the door open to start working on already released cars. And the work on making DX9 disappear is still ongoing, mind you. For more news, be sure to subscribe to our channel and like this video if you want to see more like it.